It's a big chance for him as well, Gary. I mean, barely a week goes by when we don't hear a story about the fact that he wants out or he's trying to get his way out of Manchester United. Whether that's true or not, the rumours and reports are there. Is this a big chance for him to make his mark on Manchester United now?
I wouldn't go that far. I think that we've said that too many times. I mean, we've said it all along that this squad does lack a spine. It lacks leaders and it lacks, obviously, the personality sometimes when it's difficult in games. We've all seen the video of Paul Pogba in the World Cup final before the game, you know, rousing speeches to his teammates, going through every single one of them, getting them to basically try and lift their spirits, to try and sort of motivate them. You know, Manchester United need that more than ever. He is the best player when he wants to be. He's the most talented player, he's the most expensive player, he's the one who's got the world-class reputation. And I think Manchester United need that more than ever. They've obviously got Harry Maguire, who I think brings personality in the defence. They need something else in midfield. And, you know, McTominay is in there with him and Pereira. And they're young lads, they'll run all day, but he's the one that can bring that little bit of composure and authority.
Gary, stay where you are. I just want to bring Roy in on this. It's an interesting turn of phrase that Gary used on Paul Pogba. He can be the best player when he wants to be. What would you want to see from him tonight in this United midfield?
To dominate the game. Simple as that. Show a bit of courage, get on the ball, make things happen. We've been very critical of Paul over the last 1 or 2 years, but then when he's out of the team, we saw him last week go West Ham. I agree with Gary, he still is probably their best player, but he just got to, his mentality's got to be right. I think there's always a worry for a manager. Imagine working with a player where you're going into a game thinking, what are we going to get tonight? That's no good for you. If he's your best player, you want almost guaranteed he's going to give you 8 out of 10 every week. And the big question mark over Paul is he doesn't do that enough. He's not consistent enough since he's gone to United. I don't think he is that type of leader. I know Gary said he gave a speech before the game. That might have been a one-off, and it was before the World Cup final. You know, if you have to motivate fellas for games, you know, the World Cup final, you know, you're in a bit of trouble. But tonight, but we keep another big night for him. But I want to see him dominating the game tonight. I look at the Arsenal midfield there, and he should be dominating that midfield.
Do you want to come back in on that point, Gary?
I think just on the general point about that, obviously Ollie's spoken in the last 24, 48 hours about Romelu Lukaku. There is no doubt Manchester United would be a better team with Romelu Lukaku in it than they are now, obviously, where they're short on strikers and they're short on striking options. The problem you have is, as a coach and as a club, when you're trying to, if you like, culturally change the place, which is what's happening at the moment, where they're trying to get players who desperately want to wear the shirt and go out there on the pitch here at Old Trafford every single week and be desperate to play. Sometimes you just have to basically cut the losses, and I think that's what they've had to do with Lukaku. What Ollie won't want to do is, in this next 6 to 8 months, is have to do the same with Pogba. But if a player continually, through his agent or through other sources, expresses the desire not to want to be at the club, what do? I get the fact that you can't sell him until you replace him, but he's a manager who basically is in a situation whereby, what does he do? Keep players who don't want to be here, who then become a bit of a problem in the dressing room, potentially, through that negativity spreading. Same with Sanchez. And I think the same with Paul's going to happen in the next 6 months, where there's going to have to be a decision made. He either commits his long-term future and stays at the club and dominates games, as Roy's just said, or they just have to say, look, you're a better player than what we've got, but if you don't want to be here and it's affecting the rest of the team, then we have to basically, you know, let you go.